nota.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present second round coverage of the PGA Championship. The season's final major championship is about to get underway here at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, as we look at the field for this PGA Championship, this golf course favors what kind of player?
Good drivers of the golf ball, Rich. The first time they had the event actually at Quail Hollow when it was a regular tour event, David Toms won, who was one of the straightest drivers of the ball. Rory McIlroy's won twice around here, obviously one of the premier drivers of the golf ball. JB Holmes, we know he's long, but also amazingly straight for that length. Ricky Fowler on a good day is a great driver of the golf ball. That's really what Quail Hollow not only requires, but demands.
Up to the big boys now, Frank.
You saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
There's a big mound in the middle of this green, Rich, and the ball has a tendency to kick either side of that. So just be aware.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. On the green. And a chance for birdie here in the first hole.
It's no snack, though.
Frank, this is a player in full flight right now.
It looks too easy right now.
Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
Yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club, Rich. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. How about this? Birdies at 1 and 2. We could be in for something pretty special today. Frank, here at the third, players facing a challenging tee shot.
For a number of reasons, Rich. One, that the hole bends to the left. Two, that the fairway starts to run out. And three, the length of the second shot. You get rewarded the better you hit the tee shot down here.
Good contact, good result.
Rich, I'm amazed how much the PGA Championship has changed over these last 10 to 15 years. The choice of venues have really upgraded the championship. It's no longer just the fourth major. In some respects, it's a professional golfers championship now. We have the Masters, we have the US Open, we have the Open Championship, but now we have a setup at the end of the year for the fourth major that allows these guys to showcase their skills. It's not overly tough, it's not overly brutal, it's scoreable, but the thing about it, it's a test.
And it's the only major championship set up by the professional golfers of America. It's a fair setup. The players will tell you that. There's nothing tricky about it. And when you take these majors to the great venues, so often it gives you the great champions. Now to the fourth hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Frank, as we look at the second shot here at the fourth, what's the best chance for a birdie?
A nice high floating second shot would be the ideal go here. Rich just pitching slightly right of the flag, but you cannot afford to miss this green on the right.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. So Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the fifth hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dog leg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult. In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Sometimes you get breaks, and you got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now set to tee off at the sixth. It is a long par 3, 250 yards.
We could take a little bit off for the downhill, but whichever way you look at it, it's still going to be a beefy par 3. Protected on the left by that front bunker, and if you sort of scoot one long, there's another bunker over there as well.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, and trying for another one today. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, there's a lot to chew on here as you get to the tee at the 532-yard par 5-7.
In today's game, 530 plus change you'd think is incredibly short. And look at the trouble in front of you. Water all the way down the right side and around that right side of the green. Bunkers left. This is not for the faint of heart.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Frank, this is an important approach shot because our featured player was really good early, a little bit shaky of late. This is a point in time where you need to get it back.
Yeah, you almost need to stop, just stand still for a second, almost just flush it out, because at the moment you're starting to look right and left at the trouble. Let's get back to what worked. Let's start looking where we want the ball to go, where the flag is, and start going there.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, Nate Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard
now. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4 8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just wearing out the center of the club face. Hasn't missed a shot, hasn't missed a green in regulation all day long. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Here we are at the 9th hole at Quail Hollow, 495-yard par 4. Frank, it is the longest par 4 on the golf course. Is it, in your estimation, the toughest?
I think the green stops it from being the toughest, Rich, because it does kick in from either side. But when you see holes like this, there's no surprise why the Rory McIlroys and the Ricky Fowlers have won around here. This is just a great driving par 4.
Frank, what's ahead now on this approach shot at the long par 4 ninth?
What's in favour for the player, Rich, is the fact that both the left and the right side of the green slope back towards the middle. So you can almost use them like sideboards. Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
This is that awkward length.
Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cup.
Missed the putt by me. 17, 18.
That's a ginormous tee shot.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. On the green in regulation. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
Oh, another one goes in.
Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose. But be prepared to pay the price should it not come out.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. Good-looking shot right here. Early part of this second nine with good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Did the job right there. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no two holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill, fairway tilts a little bit to the right, and it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. Now to the par 3 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. There's a front right portion, there's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack though.
All right.
Boy, it looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart. Well, now we come to the really interesting 345-yard par 4 14th. Frank, I'm thinking that if you're leading, you're probably not going to try to drive this and take on the risk with the water on the left. But if you're behind, you have a chance to make up some ground.
Yeah, I have it written in my yardage book, Rich, on this hole. Only good and bad things happen with the driver. Nothing in between.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good putt. We're now teed up at the 15th hole. It is the final par 5 here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards. And Frank, I remember this hole well. McIlroy stiffed a 5-iron on his way to making eagle, his first PGA Tour win. That came back in 2010.
And the opportunity exists again here. Under 600 yards, plays downhill off the tee. Those 2 bunkers on the right are perfectly situated. That second one about 310 yards to it. So something straight at that one with a little draw will set up that mid-iron or long iron that has to be hit very high and uphill.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now as we arrive at the par 5 15th hole here at Quail Hollow, 577 yards, Frank, I think a player has to be thinking about doing what Rory McIlroy did in 2010.
It's the last of the holes that you can really be aggressive on, Rich. So a good drive down here. I'm well aware of the fact that there's water on the left. This is a good chance to make something happen before you play the green mile.
And that's what McIlroy did. Hit a tracer, then a 5-iron, knocked it in for eagle, shot 62, and won for the first time on the PGA Tour. This is an approach shot that will really test a player. Second to the 16th. Good chance at one. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So the dominant performance continues.
Yeah, we're watching two tournaments right now, the one at the top and the rest.
Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has that plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He got away with one right there. Just missed that bunker.
Yeah, it looked like it was sand the whole way.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard. Just dwindling the holes down. Pars are fine right now.
Here we are, the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. Simply put, Frank, a player needs to hit maybe his best tee shot of the day.
I would agree with you, Rich. If you were to measure this hole from trees on the left to trees on the right, it's actually a really wide fairway, expansive land. But that creek that just meanders its way through the middle of this hole completely changes the nature of this hole. And consequently, you hit the nail on the head. If you don't hit a good tee shot, you will rack up something here. And I've got no idea how big it'll be.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Birdie try again here today. Just has the feel today. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with two very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
Shout out to Tori Kelly's album coming out last month today. Yeah, shout out to Tori Kelly's album being on 1 month today. September 9, 2019. Came out August 9, 2019. It's called Inspired by True Events. The third album. It's amazing. I bought it. I listened to the whole thing. I love it. It's amazing. Like I said, Chaos. Tori Kelly fans are going to keep loving and supporting you. So yeah, it has 16 songs on it, just like her first album, Brickman Smile, which also has 16 songs on it. And my top 5 favorite songs on Inspired by True Events are not in this order necessarily, but Coffee, Two Places, Pretty Fades, Before the Dawn, and what's the last one? Coffee, Two Places, Pretty Fades, Before the Dawn. Oh yeah, Change Your Mind. Yeah, and Before the Dawn, my first song on the album. Before the Dawn, my first song on the album, and Pretty Fades, my second first song on the album. And yeah. Also, shout out to the NFL's 100th season continuing yesterday. All the amazing games. You know, today's September 9, 2019. Like I said, Tori Kelly's album been out a month. The third album, Inspired by True Events. Called Inspired by True Events. It came out on August 9, 2019. And yesterday, September 8, 2019. After today, September 9, 2019. Yesterday, September 8, 2019, NFL's 100 seasons continued. All the amazing games. Lamar Jackson played amazing. He had 5 touchdowns. 17. He had 5 touchdowns, 17 for 20, 354 passing yards. He was the best quarterback in the NFL yesterday. 5 touchdowns in week 1. When the last time that been done? When the first time that been done? That's the last time. That was amazing. Deshaun Jackson had an amazing game. Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, like 188 yards, 8 catches. That's amazing. Patriots did amazing too. They had 33 points. You know, Sunday night game versus still 33-3, the blowout. Tom Brady and all the amazing stuff with that, and all the great teammates. You know, the Patriots got Josh Gordon and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's got Antonio Brown too. So that's gonna be great. He's gonna play I think week 2. So yeah, very very exciting. And the Monday Night Football game night 2, the Saints, September 9, 2019, September 9th month of the year, 9th day of the 9th month of the year, 2019, 1,009, you reach number 9. Hey, it's just, pretty fresh. And yes, Saints versus the Houston Texans. And New Orleans Saints, all the great players on that team, all the major players, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Kevin Durant, the whole crew. Superdome, Louisiana, New Orleans, you already, you already know, you're already. And Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that's where I'm from, by the way, so yeah. So it's gonna be fun. And then after that, the Raiders Broncos, so yeah. And also, shout out to NBA 2K 2020 coming out last week on September 6, 2019, on Friday, 3 days ago. I got the NBA 2K 2020 demo. That game is very fluid, very great, just like Madden NFL 2020. Very fluid and very great. And, yeah, it's going to be amazing and exciting. And also, shout out to the 2019 Tennis US Open. Bianca Andreescu won versus Serena Williams. Great match, exciting match. Congratulations to Bianca Andreescu. She's 19 years old. That's very impressive when it's tennis US Open 2019. And I think they said that she's the first player in the 2000s, like born in the 2000s, to win a tennis major, male or female. So yeah, that's definitely amazing. And she's 19 during 2019. That's pretty fresh. My second favorite number is 19, so that's fresh. My favorite number is 17. My favorite single digit number is 7. My second favorite single digit number is 9. And yeah. She's 19 during 2019. Won 2019 Tennis US Open. My second favorite number is 19, so yeah, it's all fresh. And Serena Williams, best tennis player of all time, male or female. She's gonna win 2 more majors next year. next two majors next year, 2020, 2020. One is gonna be in 2020 Wimbledon. I definitely read that, and we'll see what the other one is. Maybe 2020 US Open be the other one. We'll see. Maybe 2020 French Open, maybe 2020 Australian Open. We'll see. But one of them is definitely gonna be 2020 Wimbledon, 2020 Wimbledon, and the other one maybe a 2020 Australian Open. We'll see, like I said. And with all that being said, CBT Naruto, over and out.